In Augsburg, in southern Germany, there is a small gated community called Fuggerei, where the rent there is only 88 cents a year. However, to live there, you have had to have lived in Augsburg for a couple years, and you've had to have been impoverished but without debt. Plus, you also have to be a Catholic and say your prayers about 3 times a day. This has been the case since it was created by Jacob Fugger in the 16th century, probably one of the most wealthy men ever, and part of the often overlooked Fugger banking family, who, along with the Welser family, who were also from Augsburg, dominated banking in early modern Europe. At the turn of the 16th century, the Medici banking family had all but collapsed, and Jacob Fuller inherited his father's cotton trading business, so he was already quite wealthy, but became infinitely more wealthy by getting involved in mines in Austria and Slovakia. Copper, in fact, was sold as far away as India, and he got involved in the Portuguese spice trade, but he also began lending a lot of money to monarchs, so became pretty influential. For instance, he lent money to allow the Viennese double wedding to take place. Now this saw Louis II of Hungary marry Maria of Habsburg, and Maximilian of Habsburg marry Anna of Hungary. He also allegedly lent money to the Habsburgs in order to get Charles V elected as Holy Roman Emperor, but I talked about this in a different video. And he also lent money to the Pope so he could hire Swiss guards, the same Swiss guards that remain there today. On the other hand, the Welser family had very similar origins. They were a merchant family who got involved in trade in the New World. And one member, Bartholomeus, became incredibly involved in the Americas because after lending money to Charles V, he was granted authority over Venezuela. The region was renamed Little Venice, the city of Maracaibo was discovered, many German settlers began arriving with their African slaves, and German explorers tried to find the city of El Dorado. But plague and disease killed many, a Spanish conquistador killed their governor, and the settlement was abandoned in the 1540s. Ending Germany's largest colonization attempt in the early modern period. However, the families, like many banking families in the past, suffered because they lent money to monarchs. For instance, I talked before about the Peruzzis, a 14th century Italian banking family who lost a lot of their money after lending money to Edward III during the 100 Years' War. The Medici as well also suffered because of this. They lent money to the English again under Edward IV during the Wars of the Roses. And the Fuggers and the Welsers lent too much money to the Spanish just before the 80 Years' War, and they couldn't repay them.